Hey guys, it's Marshall from Limited Resources, and as you can see, we are diving right in here and doing yet another of our drafts. So we've got DII all queued up here, and we've got a pretty stacked early pack here. A pretty nice rare. Fiend of Shadows, 3/3 flying for 5, which is okay. And whenever it deals combat damage, they choose a card and you get to exile it, you can play it, and it also sacks a human to regenerate. We got one of the best cards in the whole set with Lingering Souls here. There's also a Loyal Cathar, which you guys know I like, and a Skurstag Flare, which is another card that I really like. Other stuff, well, there's a Sea Kite and Young Wolf, Griptide, Evolving Wilds. There's a few other cards here. We should probably just take the Lingering Souls here. I think it's probably just the best card. We'll see where this draft takes us, but I'm usually pretty happy to get that Lingering Souls. I'll probably just take a Midnight Guard here. Ulvenwald Bear gets a consideration, I guess. Nephalia Sea Kite, sure. I'm not playing this. That's a card that looks sweet because it has such a strong effect, but costing 8 mana and being in red really hurts it. Undying Evil's okay as well, but I'm just going to take the Midnight Guard. Wake Dancer is pretty cool, but black we should probably consider avoiding here. I think I'll probably just take the Niblis of the Mist and be happy with it. It's on color, it's a flyer. I mean, we're getting a little deep on the 3-drops here, but it's not too bad. Ooh, there's a Zombie Apocalypse. We're going to kind of ignore that for now, though. I think I'm going to go for a Scorn Villager. I want to pick up some 2-drops. It's either that or a Screeching Scab. I don't think we need another Midnight Guard here. We got to start filling out the curve a little bit. We've got, if we had no other options, we'd happily take another Midnight Guard, but I think I like Scorn Villager a little bit better than Screeching Scab, so I'm going to go for that. Ooh, Gavany Ironright, one of my favorites. We got a Mythic Rare with Archangel's Light, unfortunately. Again, 8 mana, and for an effect that it's just not quite worth it. But Ironright is awesome. Looks like we're just mono 3-drops today. This is the only good card in the pack anyway. I mean, Faithless Looting kind of has proven not to really be quite worth it. There's a few decks that want it, I guess, but the average deck doesn't. Yeah, white 3-drops. We could have been mono white 3-drops if we wanted. Well, I mean, we've got a Hollowhenge Beast, which is a fine creature. Griptide, which is just a pretty sweet card. And there's also a Warden of the Wall, which is a card I kind of like. There's an on-color flashback card here, too, but it's kind of a weak one. I mean, we should probably just take the Hollowhenge Beast, but I kind of would rather just take the Warden of the Wall for some reason. Yeah, we'll take the Beast. And we do have a ramp here, so we might get there. So for this pack, Grim Flowering has also proven not to really quite be worth it. If you get into an aggressive situation, it can really get you. Against a slow, grindy deck, I'm sure it would be really good, though. They kill all your guys and 1-for-1 you, and then you just draw a card, draw 4 or 5 cards. So it comes down to Heavy Matic or Crushing Vines, and I'm going to go for the Crushing Vines here. I kind of like the power that gives me. All right, we've got a few picks here. There's a Faith Shield, which would make the cut, but I think I'm just going to take the Evolving Wilds. I like Faith Shield okay, but it doesn't always make the cut for me. I'm not going to play a Fog, so I'm just going to take Evolving Wilds and maybe enable a Splash or something. None of these are particularly great. I guess we'll cut Torch Fiend because we're going to be looking for equipment in the next pack. Not much here either. We'll take a Chalice. Yeah. Just nothing. Let's see where this thing goes. Take a big forest. Okay. So you guys know me. I want to play aggressive if we're going to play this deck, and I want to get 2-drops. We've got a nice suite of 3-drops going here. We've got the Evolving Wild, so we can flash back a Lingering Soul. So, something in black would be nice to pick up. We do not have to be in green. I mean, we've got 2 reasonable cards for it, but we're not, committed in any way. Ooh, Here's a tough one. I mean, I think I know what we're going to do. Okay, so when I look at this pack, we've got quite a few cards that can go in our deck. Doom Traveler, Thraben Sentry both go in the deck, but the two best cards are Falconwrath Noble and a Silver Inlay Dagger. The Dagger is a card that I really, really want for this type of a deck, but I think the Noble is actually powerful enough that I'm going to go ahead and take it here. If we can move into white-black, I'll be totally happy with that. I don't care. These two green cards are just fine, but we don't really need them. And I mean, we kind of have a little bit of a bump towards white-black anyway. All right, so we did get a 2-drop, but we got a really nice 5-drop here that I think I'd rather run. And it kind of keeps us moving into the direction that we want to be going. All right, well, Heretic's Punishment's one of my favorite cards in the set, but it doesn't go in the type of deck that I'm running here, even if I do end up splashing it. Or even if I was just in red, like these type of decks just want to beat down, and this is a card that wants to control the board a little more. And there's also Cruan Outlaw, which is just a very solid, like it's rarely super impressive. I mean, you can lose to it, but it's just very solid card. But for us, we're just going to take a Rebuke. All right, well, Rally the Peasants, a Selfless Cathar, a Cloistered Youth. I'm taking the Cloistered Youth here. And we've got a Thraben Sentry. I'm going to take that. Probably just cut this now. We'll see. I guess we could still kind of waver a little bit here. So if we wanted to be around green, we could take the Festerhide Boar and consider just splashing for the Falconwrath Noble and the Lingering Souls. We could also just sort of take the easy way out and take the Smite, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take this. All right, so let me make sure that we don't lose sight on what we actually have here. This pack below doesn't have a whole lot. I guess a Markov Patrician, which is really kind of unexciting in a deck like this, really. I mean, we've got tons of 3-drops. We really want 2s, but I don't think we want to run something like this. I mean, Patrician's probably the better card in the pack anyway. All right, this is a pretty easy pick for a Moment of Heroism, I think. We're not going to be cursing people and making them thirsty, and I don't think we're going to play Hollowhenge Beast really either way. Maybe. But we'll take the Moment. And not much here. Ugh, the worst. We'll take a Ghoul Caller's Chant. If we pick up a nice rare or something, it can buy it back. All right, pick up a Mulch. Maybe just pick up the Harvest Pyre and cut it. Yeah, we'll just do that. That card can actually kill stuff that we're going to end up playing, so might as well take it away from them. Take a spare. Probably not going to run it, but might. Yeah, sure. All right. We'll probably get a push in this next one to kind of see where we go. I don't really mind either way. We can like if we go black, we can splash for the green. Although it's not a great green splash, and if we go green, and we can splash pretty easily for Falconwrath Noble and flashback on Lingering Souls, and be pretty happy as long as we hit our playables. Well, we got an Unburial Rites here, which might just be the pick. It could push us into black and set us up for some nice stuff, but I think the best card in this pack, I don't know, Mindshrieker's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I am a big fan of Ulvenwald Mystics. I think that this is one of the few werewolves that really rewards you for just passing the turn and flipping it. It's just really, really tough to get rid of after you flip it and leave up the regeneration mana, which is just a green mana. Like, it's very easy to pay. And 5/5s do a lot of work in this set. Charmbreaker Devils is awesome, but we've got one too many colors on our plate already. We would definitely play an Orchard Spirit if we were in green. But I think it's between like Mystics, the Rig, and Unburial Rites. Unburial Rites is like fairly unimpressive in our deck right now. I think I'll go for it though. All right, now we get some stuff. So we get a Silver Chase Fox and a Priest. There's also an Interloper, a Rebuke. This would be going our deck as well. I'm going to just take the Priest here, though. I think that's just the card I want anyway. Well, there's a Brimstone Volley, and that would be sweet, but we're not in that, and we're just going to take a Cloistered Youth here and just keep rounding out our 2-drops. Thraben Sentry, Typhoid Rats, Unruly Mob. It might be crazy, but I kind of just want to take the rats here. I guess it's either that or the Sentry. I don't want another Markov Patrician, I don't think. An Unruly Mob I don't like much at all. Maybe I should have taken that Brimstone. Nah, we do need the 2-drops, but if we go like this, then I can actually just use this to splash for something awesome. But there's nothing awesome here. Yeah, I'm going to take the rats. I'm just going with the gut here. Good old gut check. Gutter Grime's pretty cool, but I really want a sack outlet for it. And I don't have one. I'll go with Moan. This is going to be not as aggressive as I want to be, but pretty grindy. Another Rats, an Altar's Reap, or another Markov Patrician. Yeah, rats seem fine. Travel Preps. Now that's kind of an interesting splash. We could run that and like maybe the Boar or something, and we can flash it back already. Yeah, why not? I think it's kind of on par with the Ghoul Razor. We might not do that, but you never know. All right. Well, I said I'd put him in the deck. I don't think that's actually going to happen here, but we're taking him. Oh, Silver Chase Fox. Sure. I love that card. It's not, super impressively dominating or anything, but it does good work. I've run a lot of that card. Not much here. I guess we'll just take a Dissipate. Let's see what this deck looks like. This looks like we need another playable. Well, that counts. It's not great, but it's there. We could splash for this. If I had like one of those, that's 23. That's 23 with Evolving Wilds. And that's also playing a Ghoul Caller's Chant. Yeah, that's got a little thin, actually. This deck's not very good. It's not the worst, though. I mean, it's got creatures and stuff. It just doesn't have a whole lot of punch to it. Let's see what it looks like when we get it laid here. We can run that Urgent Exorcism main if we absolutely need to. We can certainly grind. Yeah, there's 22 cards. We could cut like Ghoul Caller's Chant and run like, I don't know, Fester Hide Boar, Travel Preps or something. That just doesn't seem worth it. But we need something. Guess I could just run an Urgent Exorcism in the main. I don't hate that card. I mean, it feels a little wasteful on the splash, but like, what do we need to do? Gutter Grind people out? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we just use this as fixing and just call it a deck. Moto says 9-7. And even though we wouldn't mind a turn 1 Rats, we have a huge glut of white here. I mean, the white is our critical play, so I think I'm going to agree with 9-7 and just ship it. All right, we'll see you guys in the first round.